Hey guys, it's Maisie and welcome back to Project Cars. This is round 5 of the AOR GT3 Elite League, and right now you should see my qualifying lap as you can see in my other videos, but not this time because I had some problems with my wheel. And when I joined the qualifying session, I had to restart my game as my wheel was disconnected. Not sure why, but it happened not to me, but also to Fisifan and some other people. And after I restarted my game, I forget to press my recording button. So I realized that I forget to start recording after I set my fastest lap. So right now we are going to see just the qualifying table or the qualifying results, and surprise surprise, it's F1 Massa once again in pole position. I think he's gonna be unbeatable in this season and in the future seasons regarding pole positions. The time he set was 153.8, which is I think the fastest in the world in this game with a GT3 car. I don't know how he done it, but he deserves it very much. Then in second position it's Papant, nearly half a second off F1 Massa, and then in third it's RC Monster 99 with another 6/10 of Papant. So it's 1 second difference between first and third, which is quite a great gap. Then it's quite packed. It's Tipple fourth and Brownski in 12th, and we are divided just by 1 second. So all of those guys in fourth position to 11th, they squeezed into 155s. I'm in the mid 55s, which I was very surprised by that, and the fifth position is great starting position for me. And I hope that my pace is gonna be up in the race as well. So we are going to see what's going to happen. So here we are on the grid with our Audi in fifth position. There are red lights and the green light is going right now, and we nailed the start. It was one of the better start for me, and it looks like it paid off. As you can see that we are overtaking both M3 F1 Massa and also Tipple, and we are looking at a Papant on the outside, breaking the 100-meter board, but we are not going to do anything stupid. We slotted back in a third position because Massa was on our inside of that corner. We have Pedro RC already, aka RCR Monster 99, behind us in the another M3 car. And right now I'm just looking at the Papand and F1 Massa having some slashing and dashing. I think there was some contact there. And sadly Andrex UK disconnected because we are using dedicated servers in our races, but this time the dedicated server was some sort of broken, I believe. So we have to switch to normal server, and Andrex UK was the host because Fisifan had also some problems with the wheel, so he had to disconnect, and he's always the host. So the host went to Andrex UK, and it looks like he had some lags, so his car was just damaged and destroyed. Sadly for him, because he's quite fast and he could do some great overtaking on this race. So unlucky for him. So we are in lap 1, still in third position with Massa and Papant fighting in the front. Still Papand holds the lead there, but I'm sure that F1 Massa is going to do everything in his powers to overtake him. But Papand is on the pace. He was just half a second off in the qualifying, but this is actual race, and he's looking quite fast again. So first lap is behind us. Another 29 laps to go. And it's going to be a one-stopper for almost everybody, I think, because the mediums had quite a bad degradation on this track in the night, as I already discovered. But it is doable to do no stopper in mediums, but you have to be very careful there. with the braking and all sort of stuff. And right now it looks like Papan went again wide, and it looks like he had a penalty, 5-second penalty, which means that we can close on him, and we are opting for the outside of this long left-hander. And I'm trying to do the switchback, but it hasn't worked as I hoped, sadly. But now I'm using his slipstream and also the advantage of the Audi in the top speed and also acceleration. You can see that I'm pulling the gap down a bit, but this is the second lap and the brakes are on the temperature, but I just didn't want to avoid or to dive bomb Papant in the starting stage of the race. But it looks like he's pulling the gap again, and F1 Massa is in the free air. There is nobody who can challenge him right now, so he's just focusing on his race, and he's going to try to win this race in his style from first position and from pole position. But he had looks like Papant made a little bit of a mistake there, because there is no braking markers already in this race, because someone took them out in qualifying session, which is not good. So all the drivers have to find a new braking spot there. So another lap down, and as I said about the strategy, we're going to do a one-stopper. We are going to stop in lap 15, and you could see that nothing major happened in the first 15 laps. There was Yorkie behind me, and in the next 2 laps, Mini Black overtook Yorkie into fourth position, and he was just 5 seconds down the field, Mini Black, and he slowly reeled me back, and he's right on my ass right now. And it's lap 15, and we are going to, or I'm going to the pits. So it's the 15 laps where the F1 Massa went into distance with Papant. I was losing in this turn, especially this turn. I was losing a second to Papant and also to Mini Black, so he managed to close me down. And right now I'm going into the pit lane right now. You can see my pit board is up, and we are going to switch to soft tires again. So and also in the last 5 laps I was losing a bit there and a bit there to Mini Black. So right now we are in the pits changing the tires, and F1 Massa and Papant, I believe they already went into the pits. So we are just waiting for mechanics to do their job. Come on guys, come on! I hope that Mini Black's crew will be on the same time as mine. Looks like yes, we're going to what? At least there are no crashes in the pit lane. that's good. That's fortunate. So we gain a little bit of time. So you can see on the lifetime gap in the left bottom corner, we managed to pull 2-second gap, so we are just fine for this one. So we can up our pace. My fastest lap was around 56.5, which is right on a pace where I was expecting to be running. And we have Yorkie in front, who had some problems there with lagging, and he had to pit earlier, so I don't believe he's going to pit again. And he's 6 seconds in front of me right now, but it looks like we are closing on him in every turn with the fresh rubber. And right now you can see that we are back in third position. It's lap 18, and Mini Black again pulled the gap back, so he's right behind me. And he's clearly faster than me, but my Audi is better in the straight, so I have to, or I will try to defend as hard as I can in the corners and use the straights to pull some gap back. Right now you can see with the lifetime script that in every turn, in every braking area, I'm a bit slower than Mini Black. So it's still 12 laps to go. And this turn is quite horrible for me. I don't know how to take this turn, and I don't know how I'm losing a lot of a lot of time there. And if you will watch the black roof in my mirror, so if you will watch Mini Black, you will see that in every turn he's closing on me.
Times are improving. This is good.
Just now I managed to pull quite a good lap, 156.1, which is fast. I haven't lapped as fast as I did in my practice. I almost my best was in mid 56s. So Mini Black is pushing me, and also I'm trying to do as much as faster time as I can right now. We have 50 liters of fuel left, which is enough to finish the race, so there's no problem to him. So it's just me and Mini Black fighting right now, and this turn is also quite difficult, this one, because you have to brake and turn in the same time. And this straight is what is my biggest advantage, and you can see that I'm pulling the gap. You can see the live timing screen that it was 5 tenths, now it's 6 tenths, and is still increasing. So I have a good chance that I will defend into this hairpin from Mini Black, but it's still going to be neck and neck. You can see that he's pulling the gap once again in the corners. It's 3 tenths right now, and still he's on the move. He's on the hunt on me. He wants the third place as bad as I wanted third place. I didn't have a podium this season, and I really think that it's not possible, but with some people not racing, like Kaki, who is also very fast, and right now you could see that then Mini Black had a very good chance, and really now he's just 1/10 behind me, and I went very defensive there in the last turn. And also the roof is good in acceleration, but then it loses it loses on the straights. You can see that I'm pulling on the straight, so this is my one chance to be in front of him, just to have a good exit of the turns and then use the long straights to defend. And I was saying that Kaki didn't race, or he's not in this race because he had some stuff to do. So he's also very fast, and he's one of the fastest guys with F1 Massa and also Papan. So he's in top five every race if he's racing and not making any mistakes. So really, this third place is the best I could do, really. So right now, still Papan behind me. You can see, and 10 laps to go, still defending, and he's closing there in the braking zone. Turning first gear, then up to second, then lift off there, and again into third, and here into fourth, and then braking into second to this tight right-hander, and early on the power again to use the advantage of the Audi once again, and now coming into sector 3, which is quite difficult for me, as I said earlier. They're braking quite there, there's no barking there, and you can see in the mirrors that he's on the inside. His car has better turning than my car, clearly, and he's closing there on me, and I went also defensive there, but now I have a bit of an advantage, so he's not going to dive bomb me there. And again, using the start finish straight to my advantage. Once again, 9 laps to go. Damn, I was sweating, and this time I thought that, you know, he will have me. Sooner or later he will have me, and I will finish 4th. And we have, I'm not sure who's in 5th position. I think it's Tipple, and Tipple is also a fast guy. He raced with me in the roofs, and he's still in the roof, and he was quite good in the later stages in the roof in last season. So I know he's quite fast, and he was also he was good on qualifying. He was half a second faster in qualifying than me. So he's closing he's closing on us, while me and Mini Black are fighting on the track. And you can see my times. In lap 19 I went 156.06, which is fast, and then in lap 20 I went 300ths of a second faster, but I didn't manage to break into 155s, which I really wanted. But if I can pull this pace every lap, I will be quite satisfied. But you can see the Mini Black is still on my wing and on my rear, still pushing me. And it's good that I'm that fast, because we are not giving a chance to Tipple to close on us. And you can see I'm going defensive once again, and I really hugging the inside on this last corner, because I learned that Mini Black's roof has a better turn-in, so he usually sticks his nose into my inside there. You can see I went defensive once again, and he's really glued to my bumper there. Mini Black, just 1/10 between us, it's neck and neck. Another 8 laps to go, still a very hard defending race for me right there. Taking the first turn in third, then full power through this one, and the double right-hander clipping the inside curve there. And this is also a difficult section, this left kink, and braking into this turn, and now you have to turn and also brake the car, straighten car up, and hit the apex, and early on the power as well. And Mini Black looks like he's also much better in that section that I am in my Audi, but this corner is also quite important for me, just to get under power earlier. And now using the straights once again to pull some gap. You can see there were 3/10, and it's still increasing. So, and this is the braking mark, just 150 meters in front of this hairpin, which I'm taking in a first. And I think you're quite familiar with this track already, because it's quite enjoyable track to drive, and also it is night race, or it is the track which is capable of doing night racing, not like Donington, because we have just the traffic lights, so you can spot the braking marks as well. With the great scenery of the Dubai, it's great. And once again I went up a little bit wide, and still Mini Black trying to stick his nose in my inside there and doing a better line, and I went a lot of wide, and Mini Black is going for overtake there, and I anticipated there, and I went a little bit wide, braking a little bit later than him, and doing a switchback, which worked out pretty sweet. Yeah, I was so proud of myself that one. So I'm back in P3. So thanks to my straight line speed, I managed to overtake Mini Black. A great overtaking move from him. Also, using my mistake when I went wide there in the second to last corner. So great racing for you, Mini. And then still sector 1, still glued to my bumper. He's opting for he's switching wide to the inside, and I'm just placing my car in the middle of the track and making my car as wide as I really can. Choosing my lines in every turn. I'm adjusting my lines when I'm checking my rear mirror. This is stupid. Just stupid word. Rear view mirror. Huh. Quite a puzzle tongue there. You could see that Mini Black is better on the brakes. It's just 7 laps to go again, and let me tell you, those 5 laps which we did was hard, and it's still hard. It still is. Again, opting for a middle lane there. My back end stepped out a bit, but managed to calm the car down, and right now Mini Black is quite have a good chance to overtake me once again. But again, I'm placing my car on the inside, not giving him a chance to stick his nose in my outside or inside, sorry. And also taking this turn quite tight. Mini Black there was just looking on the inside, but then decided that there is not much room for him, and I'm more in front than he would like. Another 6 laps to go. Oof, it's gonna be hard to defend. We have Papan 13 seconds in front of us, but this is no chance that we catch him. He's still pulling the gap. He's lapping in the same pace as me and Miniblack. And looking in the minimap, it looks like we managed to pull gap to 5th place, which is good. And still, right now, Miniblack again opting for outside and then switching back. Or he's still on the left side with my crew engineer thing. He's there, but now he slotted back once again behind me. And right now he's sticking his nose on the inside once again. But we are still in front, using the car quite good in every turn. And looks like we have some lights in front. Not sure, some back markers there. Not sure who that is right now, but that's not my main problem. My main problem is the black roof with the 2 pair of headlights and 2 pair of day LED lights, maybe, just to say. I'm talking rubbish right now, if you're still listening, so hello. Mini Black still in front. Oh, sorry, I'm still in front. We will have 5 laps to go. Still, I'm placing the car in the middle of the corner once again, and Mini Black still looking where to pass me, but I'm not giving him a chance. Let's hope it's gonna stay like this in the final turn also. Yes, it is. So still using the curb, all of the curb. The car was a little bit unsettled there. And our pace is still 150, low 156s, which is good. We have pulled the gap to 5th place, which I believe it's Tipple in another roof. And the race is still looking good for us, but Mini Black is still keeping us honest in every turn, in every single lap, and I'm trying to defend as hard as I can. You can see also braking quite late. I would normally took the outside line and then switch in the inside, but Mini Black knows that, and he will place his car in the manner that he can have a chance to go in the inside of that very tight right-hander, and I'm not going to give him that chance that easily. So I'm choosing the tight lines in tight corners because his braking is much better. So still 4.5 laps to the finish line, and every second I was looking in the mirrors, on the ref counter, on the track, on the minimap, and on the gap, and how much time I gain in every turn. And you can see that it looks like I have some emergency rope attached to my back, and I'm pulling Mini Black with me like he has a damaged car. And still Mini Black sticking his nose on the inside. God, I missed the roof. It was great car. It still is. It's not the fastest, but it's very enjoyable to drive, and it's great in the corners and under the braking. The main reason or the disadvantage of the roof is the straight line speed. Maybe Mini Black has more aero, but I was using 0 in the front and 2 in the back, and I think that he's using the same because it's maybe the most efficient way around the circuit with high speed turns and long straights. Yeah, but the roof is great car. It has great turning, and you can see that Mini Black went in the inside, and I don't know if he's still there, but he is there. Yeah, he's still there, and my crew chief still saying that he is in the right. And right now, yeah, I went in the inside and he switched back, and he's still trying to pass me, and thanks to my Audi and its power, it's no chance that he's gonna slipstream me. but he has a very good chance in this braking zone. You can see that I went also in the middle line to defend, and he's trying to switch back once again, and he's still on the right, even though that crew engineer said that, or the crew chief said that he's clear.
Car left.
Yeah, you can just hear what's going to happen because I'm not good at commentating in the action, so you can just watch and I will just blab into this video, which I do very badly maybe. And it looks like we caught up with the back marker. It's a white McLaren and I think it's Wise Guy, and I hope he will see us because I don't want him to be holding me up and right now Mini Black sticking his nose up, and this is the moment where I thought I was a little bit guilty because I went to defend him quite late, and then he switched back to the outside, and also I moved my wheel to the outside as well. So sorry Mini Black, I think that was a little bit over the line and over the rules, but sorry for that. It was last call for me, and right now we have Wise Guy there, and I was saying that I'm behind him, and he politely let us by both, so I didn't lose any time there. And again, Mini Black's doing everything he can, and he's on the outside, and he went to the switchback once again, but it didn't work out for him, thankfully for me. And it's 3 laps to go, and those 3 laps the tires are going to be less grippy, and you can see that my time is half a second off my personal best in this race. So the tires are falling off slightly, but the tires on the roof is going off as well. Right now you could see that his brakes are just much better than mine. I'm not comfortable in this car on the braking still. The car likes to lock up its brakes quite easily. I was very confident on the brakes with the roof. The roof was great on the brakes. As I said earlier that I love the roof very much, but I needed a change because I drove the roof in season 1 and also in season 2. So I said, yeah, let's go for another car. I wanted to go for Ginetta, like an underdog car, but when I tested it quite when I tested it a lot, I decided that it's not bad, but it's crap. The car is crap. It's not balanced with the other cars. Then we have Silver Arrow and another Audi letting us by, so thanks there, not holding us up. And I was saying that the Ginetta, yeah, it is quite crappy car, and I'm glad that me and Brownski decided to go for Audi. It is quite an enjoyable car when you know how to set it up and to use the differentials, because the differentials have quite a huge impact on the car's handling. You can and right now, wow, Mini Black is still looking everywhere, in every turn where he can pass me, but I'm choosing my lines carefully. So yeah. You can choose the differentials what you want, you can influence the car's behavior a lot. The Audi in the default settings, I don't quite really like it because it's oversteery at the corner exits, but with the differential settings I made, the car is quite balanced and it's a very good all-rounder.
Thank you.
And right now I'm quite glad that I have this car because of the long straights basically. But if I was in the roof, I think I will be as fast as Mini Black, but Mini Black is a little bit faster right now, I think. So he will overtake me. If I was in the roof in the straight line, he will hit me on the brakes maybe, but it's just conspiracy theory maybe. Still 2 laps to go, and again parking my car on the inside of this second to last corners. Mini Black's trying everything he has in his powers to overtake me, and right now we will have just 2 laps to go. Last turn of the third lap, the 28th lap, and you can see on the time screen that Papant managed to pull the gap from 13 seconds, I believe, to 16, so he's clear faster. And thanks to Mini Black pushing me, also we managed to pull the gap to Tipple. Yeah, there was some sort of yeah, transition there. So sorry about that. But right now Tipple is trying again everything, and he is still on the outside. And oh, it looks like he tapped my back. Yeah, he's clearly tapped my back, but he's so polite that he lifted off the throttle and let me go through. So thanks again for that, for the sportsmanship. This is what the AOR racing is all about, that we are not public lobby. We are respecting the rules, we are respecting other drivers, even if it is the driver who is racing the first time in this league, in the AOR Elite League GT3, in the GT3 cars on the track. We don't care. It's and he, even if it's a new driver, he should be fast because he earned the spot in the Elite League. So he's quite capable of doing, you know, great racing and no contact racing. So this is why I love this league so much. There are a lot of drivers with a huge caliber. Does not sound good. It's great drivers, just great drivers, which can put a number time trial up in every car, I believe. We have Yorkie here, we have Brownski, we have Mini Black, who's behind me, who joined last season, and when he joined, he was on the pace in every single lap. I remember I have some good battling with him last season. So, and also he won this first race of this season in Nürburgring in the rain. So, you know, he's the winner. And also I won one race so far. Brownski is the champion in season 2, in season 1, and I had a great battles with him in season 2. Also we have Fizifan who is also fast, but in this season he didn't practice a lot. He had some commitments and some stuff came up, so he usually doesn't practice as much as he should. But it takes half an hour to familiarize with the track and with the car, and he's still in 1 second of the pace. So, you know, great drivers in the league. Sorry that I didn't mention all of you guys if you're watching. But yeah, AOR the best. And we are in the last lap, and right now I messed up my braking point. I lock all my tires, but thankfully I had my car placed in the middle of the track, which saved my ass basically. And it looks like Mini Black went also quite deep there, so he didn't took an advantage when I make the mistake, and this is his last chance to dive bomb him. You know, will he dive bomb me, or will he settle for a fourth and he will let me in a third position on the podium, and I parked my car also on the inside. Then he's trying to the outside, and it looks like he had a half spin or something like that, because he slowed right down. And right now I know that I'm going to be in the third place, which I'm quite happy, and it is happening. Yes, it is. I'm in the third place, and what a race, what a last 15 laps. Oh, that was so hard to defend, and great ride to Mini Black.
Amazing, mate.
You know, great racing. Yeah, it was so hard to defend. That was the hardest defending I had to do so far in this racing. So well done to Mini Black, well done to F1 Massa, well done to Papan for second position. And we are going to look in the race results. So as I said, F1 Massa, congratulations to you, another great victory. Then Papant, he was 30 seconds behind him, so he was really a half a second slower than F1 Massa. Then we are in third. It's a podium. I'm very thankful for that. It was just 47 seconds off F1 Massa, which is, so he managed to, if he went in a two-stopper, he could still be in front of me. So this is the how fast he is. Then it's Mini Black, just how is it? It is just a second behind me. Then Tipple in the 5th in the roof. Then in 6th it's RC Monster 99. Then in 7th it's Tony R. Then Martin van der Bern and Centro in 9th. And closing the top 10 is Ramibu or Remaibu in Z4, who is also a novice in this league. And then it's in 11th it's Yorkie. He had some problems with the lag, so he had to pit twice. That's why he's in 11th. That it's Brownski, who didn't practice a lot and he was struggling. So, and also he's my teammate, as you know, I think. So shame that he's 12th, but it is 6 points, better than nothing. Then it's AJ, then Hutch in 14th, then in 15th is Jellyfish, also a newcomer. Then it's Fizzifan 921 or the AOR Fizzy. Then it's Serval Arrow in 17, Wisegun in 18, and Andrex in 19, who didn't finish, who had some lag problem in the first lap at the start, so unfortunate for him. This is the all-season drivers championship table, so still F1 Massa is still in first with just 2 points from Mini Black, because F1 Massa was disqualified in Zolder race, as you can see in the 3rd column. Also with Brownski and Hutch, all of them were disqualified because they were cutting corners or some sort of thing. I didn't race there, and I'm quite glad I didn't race there, because it looks like a lot of people were penalized or disqualified, as you can see. So it's not F1's Massa season still, and you can see that Mini Black won the first race, then he was 3rd, then he won the 3rd race, then he was 5th and 4th, so it's 2 points between them. So it's not gonna be so straightforward as I thought it will be. Then it's Papan in 3rd, and Papan is also a newcomer in this season, but he was here from race 1, and he put quite a good performance in every race. And you can see he's improving. He was 6th, then 5th, then 4th, then 3rd, then 2nd, then 2nd. So I think he's gonna win in the next round. Yeah, he's gonna win. Maybe F1 Massa will not race and Papan will take a victory. That will be quite good, so you can comment if he will win or not. Then it's Tipple in 4th and RC Monster in 5th. Then we managed to jump a lot of guys and we are in 6th, which is quite good. If I will have my performances on the par, I will be quite glad. Then Brownski, my teammate, sadly he's in 9th, and he's squeezed by the Yorex team with Yorkie in 8th and Andrex in 10th. The team championship standings, it's the Black Ducks with both drivers from the Denmark, Papan and Mini Black. Both of them are on the pace every race, and this is why even F1 Massa can do nothing about it. He's in 2nd position with his teammate Centro in Team Wolverine Racing, 97 points behind the Black Ducks. Then in 3rd, which is me with Brownski in Team Overrated, and we are 65 points behind the 2nd. Then it's Yorex Racing team, then Kaiser Soze Racing and RC Racing, and the rest you can see by yourself. The round 6 is going to be held in England and the circuit Brands Hatch Grand Prix, and this circuit I hate in every single racing game. I don't know why, but I hate the first turn, I hate the second sector, and I hate the last turn. So basically the whole track I don't like. But you know what, I didn't enjoy the track because I haven't practiced there, but I will practice there, and hopefully I can make a top 10 result, because there are no long straights where I can benefit with my Audi. So hopefully I will be in some sort of good position to collect some good points. Thank you all for watching, and if you heard some sort of buzzing of my noise, I don't know what to do with that, because my microphone just decides that it's going to go crazy and do this buzzing noise, and then it decided that it was enough, so it went straight back to normal. I don't know how to avoid that, so I just have to say sorry about that, but hopefully it's not going to affect that video. So Thanks guys again for watching, and I'll see you back on track next week. Bye bye.